Good morning, everyone. Um, I've been talking to a lot of parents who are asking how to explain to children everything that is happening. And I know that there are great resources out there to explain the coronavirus and all of these, but I've been giving a lot of thought about this, and I realized that for young children, which are 0 to 5, is the most important thing that we need to explain to them is something that we should explain to them, even if there's coronavirus or not. And the way that I do it is I explain to my son that there are work days and there are weekends. So this is something that will give your child an idea of what's happening at home, because they are used to being at home with you on the weekends most of the time. During the work days, usually they are at school, you're at work, but now our work days have changed. So we have to explain that to young children, because they sort of realize that we're doing different things and we're getting really busy at home, but they don't understand why. So I think for older children, they get a better sense of what it is. They get a better sense of what schoolwork looks like. And even though it's hard to do it at home, they understand that this has changed. But young children, they don't. They associate a place with activities and with with that way of being. So now that we're at home, their expectations is for us to be available, for us to be um, there, especially there's so many different types of families and situations that I'm trying to make this really general. So um, what is really important is to tell them that there's work days and there's weekends when you're going to be available, because all of a sudden they are at home and they're having to do all of these things with you in the house doing something completely different, or maybe one of the parents works in the medical field and it's going away but the other one's staying, and that parent, even if they stay at home, um, they're more busy than ever, either with housework or with being on top of everything, going to the market, trying to figure out um, things at home for 3 meals a day for everyone. So let's label these 2 days for children. So you can say to your child, today is going to be um, how might I call it, like a work day from home. And in a couple of days, if your child knows how has a calendar, if you have a calendar at home, you can show them. For example, my son today was like, how come there's 5 work days and 2 weekends? Like, he realized that, and I was like, oh my God, how I explained this, but he knows that, like, because he's aware that there's 5 days of school and there's 2 days of weekends. So I explained that to him. You know how we sometimes call days like school days because you go to school? Well, though we're not having school, so we're having just work days at home. And what does that mean? That means that there are times where we're going to be doing our work, and there are times that we're going to play. Just like when you go to school, there are times that you get to play, and there are times that you go to school. So this explanation might be needed maybe for a 3-year-old and up. I think if your child is a toddler or a 2-year-old and younger, you just have to say, we're having a work day at home, and this is very different. We're having new kind of days, and just keep it very simple. Um, because they are not expressing yet, like, I want to go and play soccer with you. Maybe they want to play soccer and you're not available. But with a 3 or 4 year old, you can explain the day that way. Today is a work day, but we're going to have a weekend in 2 days. And if you want, you can do it in the calendar. Most preschools have a calendar. And even if they don't, introducing the idea of a calendar for a child, it might be fun. And they can cross the day at the end of the day or during the day. Um, and with this label, like, they sort of frame this new reality. And it might be helpful for some children. This doesn't assure that your child is not going to have emotional feelings about it, and they're not going to like it, and that it's okay. I feel that way every day. Sometimes there's a point in the day where I say, I don't like this, and I think it's important to acknowledge that we are having these feelings too. We might not express it the same way, and it's going to look different at very different ages. So don't try to find the answer for your child not to have an emotional reaction to this. Try to know that when they have that reaction, you understand why, and they might need more support than usual with those emotional reactions. So I'm going to be posting um, online, I'm going to be offering online workshops for parents. I know many of you don't have a lot of time to watch a 1 hour workshop. Our days are very busy. Um, but if you want to take some time, I'm doing a workshop called Creativity at Home today. And you can sign up at Eventbrite or at my page, Empower Kids for Life. And we're going to talk not about the activities that you can do at home, but we're going to talk about the language that you might use to foster creativity at home. We're going to talk about ideas that you can do without going and buying a lot of things, but things that you can do with everything, like everyday objects. But more important is this is a workshop that has a lot of tools that I give teachers. I train teachers in schools, and this is my gems for how to make exploration with children like more connected and really fun. So join me tonight and follow me on Empower Kids for Life in Instagram and Facebook. I'm posting not too many resources, but a lot of information about how to do all of these that might be helpful. So keep it up and empower kids for life.